So we're halfway to Little Yoho Campground, and Amanda and I have stopped for lunch. Yesterday I cooked up our Channa Saag and our cucumber beet raita. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull it over our food bag here, heat it up, and sit by this beautiful lake and enjoy a nice warm lunch.
Just because we're out here doesn't mean we can't be civilized.
We're going to take the Iceline trail, the 10 kilometers or 12 kilometers it is, to the Little Yoho campground and do a little backcountry camping tomorrow. And on the trail, I want to make us a nice vegetarian lunch. I'm going to make Channa Saag on the trail, but I'm going to make it tonight, so we just have to heat it up while we're up there. We're not messing around with using a bunch of fuel or anything. So yeah, basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut up an onion, dice it up real nice and fine, cook it down with some chickpeas, add a bunch of spinach to it, and then season it with a bunch of curry spices that I've toasted ahead of time. So let's get started and we'll dice up this onion. Now, Amanda's favorite thing to eat is chickpeas, so I thought this would be a great curry dish for her. We're basically just sweating down these onions, adding the chickpeas and cooking them. And then we'll add our spinach and some diced up tomato and call it a day. Throw it in a container, let it cool, and tomorrow will be super easy to cook on the trail. So add a bit of oil to this. Start with a bit of the spices. Maldon salt as always. I'm using the smoked Maldon salt for this dish, just to add a bit of depth. And a little bit of pepper. So we'll start with that, we'll sweat it down, and then we'll add our chickpeas once this becomes translucent. Let's get our tomato diced up. Now we're stewing this tomato, so we want nice big chunks. Just keep it in this Ziploc bag till we need it. Let's check on our onions. You can start smelling them, that means they're starting to cook. Probably about 2 more minutes and we can add the chickpeas. Decided to go with a nice, easy to open container of chickpeas. Get her opened up. And we're gonna drain out all of that chickpea water. Now normally, I'll run these chickpeas underwater in the kitchen, but we're just gonna shake them up with some filtered water from the river. Now the onions have sweated down nicely here. Let's get our chickpeas in there. Let's add a bit of filtered water. I'll let that come to a quick boil. Chickpeas have been stewing for a little bit, but let's get our tomatoes in here. Let them all stew up together. Rest of this curry powder, and we'll give it a good stir up. Curry powder in here, I have some cumin, some cinnamon, some garam masala. The cumin seeds I toasted. The cinnamon sticks I actually burnt over the fire before we busted them up in the coffee grinder. But this is starting to look nice here. We'll let that stew out for a bit. So I've added a bit more water to this. We're gonna let that stew up. a little bit longer. We'll cut up our spinach and then we'll just put this on top of the spinach and let it sit overnight till tomorrow. Our Channa Saag is looking good to go. So let's put it on top of the spinach now. Give it a last little taste. Oh man, that is really good. See this on the trail tomorrow. With our Channa Saag, I want to make a nice topping for it. So I was looking up some Indian recipes and I decided upon a beet cucumber raita. Now if I'm saying that wrong, please let me know in the description or in the comments how to actually say it. We'll start by brunoise some onions, just a little bit, just for some texture. Get our onions in our container. Brunoise up some cucumber.
Is that just the way you cut it?
Yeah, that's the cut in French is called brunoise. So small dice, medium dice, and this would be tiny dice. Now raita is just a nice topping to cool down the curry. So it'll be a spicy curry, but this will bring that heat back down a bit for us. And before I put the cucumber in, I'm gonna season it up. Now I'm going to use my microplane, and I'm going to just grate some of this juice into there. Yeah, this is where it's going to get dirty. It's going to get dirty. And we'll get that in there with everything else. Trying to clean everything up so nothing is stained red. Check this mint out. It's lasted 4 days out here.
Mojitos.
All I did was, yeah, mojitos would be good. All I did was cold water on this J cloth, fold it up, put it in the bag, but I left the bag open so it was allowed to breathe and it didn't go brown on me yet. That's amazing. Let's chiffonade up some mint. So chiffonade, what we want to do is we want to pick all the nice big stems off of here. And just save the big leaf. You don't need the stems for anything. And you'll find yourself one large leaf. And what we're going to do is we're going to pack them all into that one large leaf. We're get them all packed in there and we're going to roll it up. Now we're going to slice it real thin. That's called chiffonade. It's all nice and cut up and we go. Lastly, add our yogurt. Put a bit of pepper, a bit of that Malden salt, and we'll just mix it up. There we go, we got a beetroot raita. Yeah, that's delicious. We'll see you tomorrow. Naan bread. Just gonna pull it out here. Made with yogurt and ghee. Co-op bakery. You know I love my co-op bakery. Some naan bread in a bowl for us. And our raita. Look at that.
Wow, that smells so good.
Put it up in the bag. Allow me to serve you, madame.
We're vlogging!